In this video, we'll talk about Docker architecture. Now, till this point, we have talked about a lot about Docker, what our different components are. Now, let's try to summarize everything and also understand some new things inside the Docker. So what we have is when you open your Docker desktop, or even if you work with Docker, basically as a user, so let's say if you are a developer, of course, you're a user as well. So if you're a developer, you need to interact with Docker. So Docker is this big component here, a big box. Now, this is where you have to talk to it. So you cannot directly talk to Docker. So what we have in between is we have something called a client. Now this is your Docker client. Now this Docker client actually talks to Docker. Okay, so this is your Docker. And of course, the client is also a part of a Docker software because you don't separately install a client, right? When you install Docker, you get everything. So yes, Docker client is also a part of Docker. And now on the other side, we also connect with the remote repositories, right? Or remote registry, right? So basically, if you want any particular image, you can simply search it on the registry and you can get it in your machine. That means we also have something outside this world, which is called a registry. Now, normally this registry can be public or private. Example, we have used the public registry, but this can also be a private registry. So let's say if you're working for a company where they don't want to share their images to the world, they can use a private registry. So this is connecting to this. So basically every time you interact with a Docker client connects with the Docker. Now, question arises, when you say Docker, what exactly we have inside this? Now, one thing we know, in this particular thing, we'll be having images, right? So we have worked with the images. In this, we'll be having containers. We have worked with the containers as well. In this, we'll also have something called a network component to achieve any network stuff. And then we're also going to have here volumes. Okay, this is a part of it. But apart from this, we also have one more thing here, which is called a daemon. Now, this is your Docker daemon. Now, basically, imagine Docker daemon as a background process. So every time you ask your client by saying, hey, I want to get an image, I want to run a container, who is responsible for it? Who is responsible to get the image? Who is responsible to run the container? Because we are passing all those commands, right, which we have learned before. Who is listening to it? So of course, there should be a process which is running behind the scene, and that's your daemon. And also there's something called an API. So basically when you send a request, the request goes to the API, and then this API knows, okay, this is what we need to do with the help of Docker daemon. And Docker daemon is responsible to get the image, run the container, configure the network, or if you want to connect with it, and also to create the volumes. So this is what basically happens behind the scene. So whatever steps we followed, initially when we said, okay, we want to pull the image, so Docker daemon will go to registry by saying, hey, I want the image, give it to me. So all those process of pulling the image, running the container will be taken care by the daemon. Now this Docker daemon is also referred as Docker D, which is Docker daemon. So the process which is running is Docker D. So yeah, that's about the Docker architecture which we have. We just try to summarize of whatever we have learned. One thing new is a Docker daemon, and every time now when you run the Docker, you will come to know who is doing that behind the scene.